All right, legends, we are back with another WWE show review. Just me by myself again today. Smackdown, the 2nd of May, 2025. The show was in Des Moines, I believe. And I'm going to go through what happened on the show, just sort of give my opinions on a few things and just give it a bit of an overall rating. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you go and watch my Monday Night Raw review from the 28th of April. Enjoyed that show thoroughly, and I also enjoyed this show a fair bit as well. So the show kicked off with LA Knight and Damian Priest and like the Bloodline in the back, all sort of interacting with each other. I think it started off really with the camera following Priest, and then Priest ran into the Bloodline. They started having a few words, and then LA Knight just skips past him, comes out and starts having a bit of a promo talking about how he would have won last week if there wasn't interference. And then Damian Priest comes out and basically says, it's not my fault, it's your fault. And they go back and forth for a little while. And it's sort of said that they have a match later on the night against each other. And they just get into it a bit more. They get frustrated with each other. And then they end up having the match right there and then. And I thought the match was actually pretty good. There was a couple of spots again with Damian Priest. I don't know if it's like a lack of communication, but there was just a couple of things he missed. And a couple of like kickouts he was really, really late on. But the match was pretty good. The ending I actually thought was quite good. They were building to a nice crescendo halfway through the match, and then Solo Sikoa interferes, attacks Priest on the outside. It looks like they're going to get the advantage over Sikoa and put him through the announce table. So they sort of, LA Knight and Damian Priest end up sort of teaming up. One hits a big forearm, the other one hits the BFT. And then they're about to chuck him through the table when Jacob Fatu runs out and gives his friend, we'll call him, a hand, or his family member, and basically takes out both Priest and LA Knight, and no McIntyre at all on this show. So he's obviously busy this week, but thought the segment was pretty good. I like the promos that kick off into matches straight away. I'm not a massive kicking off the show with a promo fan, because they did that for so long, but when they quickly turn them into matches, I like that. So it sort of gives us a bit of a, like, let's fight right now, and then everyone in the crowd's like, ooh, yeah, let's watch that. So enjoyed it and thought it was a good match. And then we move on to Fraxium versus Pretty Deadly. Now, this was a very interesting match. Sneeze, I'm leaving that in. I'm not even going to edit this. So the match was going okay. Fraxium is so fun to watch. I really enjoyed the way they go about it. But I've put up on a few of my TikToks, there was a few botches in the match late in it. So it went for 10-15 minutes. It was quite a lengthy tag team match, and I really enjoyed it. This is obviously Fraxium's second match on the main roster since debuting, since WrestleMania. Thought it was good. And then there was the shooting star press that Frazier does, and his elbow on the way down actually caught, I can't remember the Pretty Deadly boys' names, but the blonde one, it caught him on the chin. So the ref goes to count, and the ref pretty much almost counts 3. He doesn't even kick. And then he sits up, and you see there's a big split on his chin, and blood just pours out of his chin. So obviously, as he's come down for the elbow, because he was fine when he was lying there before, and then the elbow must have come across right over his chin and just split his chin wide open. So he had one more spot on the top rope, which got reversed into a powerbomb on Frazier again. And the referee counts 1, 2. He kicks out, and then the referee actually, you hear, hit the mat, go 3. But then doesn't actually call for the bell, realizes that she's stuffed up. So there was just a few botches in this match, which made it a bit awkward. I thought Fraxium did a great job at looking strong. They're a great tag team, and again, none of that was really in their control. Sometimes you are going to accidentally catch somebody with an elbow, with the shooting star press or something like that. So, felt bad for them because they don't deserve that sort of thing this early on. That's something that, can hurt their momentum a bit, but hopefully it doesn't. I thought that the match was pretty good itself. And then we had the little backstage segment with Chelsea Green. I love Chelsea Green, and she's just the best. I love her so much. She's taking this US title loss very well. But basically, Nick Aldis says, look, go away, Piper Niven, you've got a match, and if you win it, you are the number 1 contender for the US title. And yeah, we'll get into that match a little bit later on, but Chelsea just sells it so well. Like, if she wins it, then she's the number one contender, and Chelsea's going, I can't bear it. You know, just like the horrendous overacting, which is what makes Chelsea so lovable in the first place, is fantastic. We then have the promo with Nia Jax out in the ring, and then she gets interrupted by Tiffany Stratton, and they're basically saying like they both changed and they're gonna feud with each other, and Nia Jax, is basically going to come after the backstabbing Tiffany Stratton when they both get interrupted by Naomi, who says that she's taking care of Jade or whatever, and then Jade comes out as well. And there's a funny part where Naomi's talking. I don't really like her gimmick. It's so cringe and so over the top, trying to be super evil when we all know she's like a really, really lovable. Like, it's like when Bailey went hell bad, and it's like, I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it with Naomi. But anyway, there's a bit where she's walking. She's got the caution tape all over her, and there's a guy in the crowd where he's like, you copied me. You're wearing the same thing I am. And he's wearing like a yellow and black shirt. And she's like, shut up. And then you can see she's trying really hard not to laugh. But then, so Jade comes out after her, chases her. They have a bit of a scrap. They're all fighting. And then Nick Aldis comes out and sort of does a bit of a Teddy Long nod. He goes, we're going to turn this into a tag team match. Player winks at the camera as a real big nod to Teddy Long, which I love. I thought that was just such a nice touch from Nick Aldis. He's so classy. He's such a cool dude, man. I love him. And then, so they all go to the back, and that's the main event for the show is Nia Jax and Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. And then we go to The Miz and Carmelo Hayes in the back having a bit of a promo, hyping each other up. Because The Miz has taken on Aleister Black in a match that I thought probably is close to match of the night. I thought this match was really good. And I think that The Miz is still so severely underrated. The performance they put in this match made both of them look so good. Miz got a lot of good offense in. I think that was a spot where he goes to the skull crushing finale, and Aleister Black just turns it into a cartwheel, and Miz is like, "Oh wow, what?" And that was right at the end. And just even the sequence into the BFT as well, like he picks him up with his the BFT into the Black Mask, where he uses his foot to pick up the Miz, and then the Miz counters, and then finally they hit the Black Mask. But just the match itself flowed so well. The Miz got a lot of good offense in. They actually meshed really well. I really enjoyed their match. And then they obviously had the Carmelo Hayes, Aleister Black stare down, which would be an absolute banger of a match. And we then moved on. So obviously Aleister Black wins. We moved on to Piper Niven facing off against Selena Vega, and it was an okay match. It was a bit of a filler. I didn't really enjoy it too much. Piper Niven gets a lot of matches on SmackDown. I'd like to see Alba Fire get one against Selena Vega. I think that's probably the way to go, unless they don't feel confident enough to give Alba Fire the matches. But I'd like to see her have a crack. Piper Niven's a good wrestler, but she does a lot of wrestling, and she just needs to, give Alba Fire a bit of a crack. But anyway, at the end of the match, Chelsea tries to get involved. She gets knocked off the apron, which distracts Piper. Then the big roll-up. And Selena Vega ends up getting the win on SmackDown, and Piper Niven throws a fit in the middle of the ring. And then Randy Orton popped out. There was also, somewhere in here as well, I do need to point out, there was a segment where Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu go in the back to talk to Nick Aldis. And he's sort of saying, like, that wasn't our fault last week. We shouldn't be punished for that. And then Nick Aldis goes, "You're right. It's fine. What I'm going to do is you're going to face off in a triple threat match at Backlash against the two guys that you beat up tonight in Damian Priest and LA Knight." And then Solo, he's so, underratedly funny. He could be, he could be like a hell good hype man or something. I don't know. There's something about him that just... He's got that comedic timing and the facial expressions. Anyway, he says, he shouldn't be facing those two because Drew McIntyre last week won the number one contenders match to face off for the United States Championship. And Nick Aldis is like, "Oh yeah, you're right. You know what? Let's scrap the triple threat match. What we're going to do at Backlash is you're going to be defending the United States Championship in a fatal 4-way against LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. And when he says that, the look from far too, he turns his head and looks at Solo like, and then he goes, you know what, it doesn't matter, put them all, I'm going to dog walk him, and you know what I mean? And then he stares at Solo and then walks off. And then the good little bit of storytelling is Solo's like, come on, man, like, you're trying to, like, screw over Jacob, what are you doing? And Nick just walked. I thought Nick Aldis was probably one of the stars of the show tonight. He just looks at Solo and goes, I'm not trying to screw him over. You are. And then he walks off. And Solo's sitting there like, come on, man. Loved it. Beautiful little bit of storytelling. So then, there go my headphones. So yeah, they're back to Piper Niven, who loses. We then have the Randy Orton promo pop up on Smackdown, which I thought was great. He spoke for close to 10 minutes. Obviously, no John Cena on this show. Not one of his dates he has to do, but he will be on next week's Smackdown. So Randy just basically gets into him and says that I'm going to kick your head off and take your championship. Bit of a nod to the Legend Killer too, which I really thought was cool. So Randy said basically something like, you're a legend that I have to punt or something like that. Anyway, a long list of legends that I have to get after. I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically a big nod to the Legend Killer, which I thought was a really cool little tidbit in his promo. And then just ended it. No interference, no nothing. Got up on the top rope, chucked the arms up and stuff, but spoke for 10 minutes and some really good lines in there. Called him a Lego head or something that he's going to punt through the St. Louis Arch, that big monument thing that they've got. So I thought that was quite funny. But yeah, really enjoyed his promo. I thought it was really good. And then we had a match with Ray Phoenix versus Santos Escobar. Escobar basically got this match by giving Ray Phoenix, crap in the back, saying, you lost your one chance at WrestleMania, you weren't any good, and you got handed a golden ticket and you stuffed it up. But then Ray Phoenix ends up beating Escobar on SmackDown. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. The two of them wrestled for a while. Ray Phoenix with some he's so talented with the ropes. Like the way he crisscrosses his legs and then jumps up to the top rope from the middle rope and then does the move. Or the way there was a spot where Escobar's leaning on the top rope, just like resting, and Phoenix is standing on one side and just literally tightrope walks across, kicks him in the head. And then the finish with the big double knees from the top rope, gets massive airtime, hits him. It looked like Escobar was actually knocked unconscious for a second. His fingers and arms all went stiff, and he had like thread caught in his hands, and I just thought, and they never put the camera down on him. They never panned the camera onto him after that. So I wondered if that was something that went wrong, like the force of the knees coming down, he hit his head on the mat. Be very interested to find out if he did get concussed or not. So yeah, be interested to find out if he was fine or not. But anyway, we'll move to, so Phoenix won the match, got revenge on that, and then there was a little segment later on after that. So I guess Escobar was okay, but Andrade sort of had a bit of a promo with him afterwards. So, but then we had the main event, which was the women's tag team match. I actually thought this was really good. I thought Nia Jax was probably the star of the show, as much as that almost pains me to say. Naomi kept sort of tagging herself in when Nia Jax had the match won a couple of times, and then there was a bit at the end where Naomi tagged herself in, stuffed everything up, and then she got the crap beaten out of her. Nia Jax just gets in the ring, walks over, grabs her by the arm, drags her all the way back to their side, tags herself in, tries to win the match. But yeah, I thought it was a good finish in the end. So Jade obviously gets the pin on Nia Jax with the powerbomb from the corner. So Jax is going to do the bonsai off the ropes, and Jax gets in, powerbombs her, and then gets the 1, 2, 3. Good match. Thought that pretty much everyone looked strong. Naomi, I'm not buying the caution, thing. I just don't love it. The only thing I don't love is I like what Nia Jax is doing. I like what Jade is doing. I like what Tiffany Stratton's doing. And then after the match, the ref brings in Tiffany's championship, and Jax pinches it off her and sort of has a bit of a look at it, and then goes to give it to Tiffany, and then hangs onto it for a second and is like, nah, you know what? This is going to be mine. I'm going to take it. And then Naomi comes in, hits them both. They both run into each other. Tiffany rolls out the ring, and then Naomi picks up the championship. So I don't really know what they're going to do for that. There is a number 1 contenders match. I believe it's either Naomi versus Jax next week, or Jade's involved somehow, but they're definitely teasing like a triple threat or a fatal four-way. But I don't really want to see that because we're going to have a fatal four-way for the United States Championship as well. And that's going to be a barn burner. And I don't know, like these women are all very talented, but those 4 men in that match are going to be insane. So I don't know. We'll just have to see how it ends up. Next week we got one more Smackdown before Backlash, but yeah, that's sort of my review of the show, guys. I thought I'd just get on here and do a quick one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, please make sure you leave a like and a comment of what you enjoyed the most about the show. And do you enjoy these sort of just chats about the shows? I'm going to be posting this as soon as I can, get it up and about straight away. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. I will see you hopefully on Tuesday, Australia time, Monday night, American time for the Raw review. And, yeah, thank you for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed. I would give the show a 7 out of 10. I thought it was okay. Lots of good wrestling. The crowd was dead. I'd give the crowd a 2. Des Moines, lift your game. Pretty crap crowd. So, all right, I will see you guys Tuesday, Australian time. Until then, make sure you hit that sub button. I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye for now. Peace.